Manchester has become the second place in England to vote to ban pro-life protests outside abortion clinics.
They're following the likes of Aileen and possibly more councils to come in agreeing to stop what it was said to be called the harassment by protesters against women using the clinics. Now, the motion proposed by Councillor Sarah Judge was passed 95 votes to 1 by a meeting at Manchester Town Hall last night. And earlier, I caught up with Antonia Tully from the Society for the Protection of Unborn Children. I started by asking her if her members campaign at this clinic.
Members of the SPUC Manchester branch do take part in the prayerful pro-life vigils outside the Mari Stopes Clinic in Manchester, yes.
And what do they do?
Quite simply, they pray and they have perfectly straightforward factual information leaflets which they offer to women coming to the abortion clinic. There's no coercion. They have this material available for any woman who wants to take it. So we're talking about small numbers of people offering information, praying quietly. So that's what actually takes place. No harassment, no intimidation.
And can you describe what's on the leaflet material in terms of images and words?
The information that women are given at Manchester and I believe at other places around the country as well is a description of the development of the baby. The leaflet that they use in Manchester just has a verbal written description and it's just offering women the option to call a crisis pregnancy organisation, professional experts who are able to help women who are unsure about their situation. And I think it's very important to understand that many women arriving at an abortion clinic have not made up their minds that this is what they want to do. Many women are very ambivalent. The most common thing we hear is that women feel the whole abortion experience is like a conveyor belt for them. They find themselves on this conveyor belt. The presence of a tiny number of prayerful, peaceful, loving people outside these abortion clinics is an opportunity for women, many of them in very difficult circumstances, to just jump off that conveyor belt and have the space and the time and the option to think about what they're doing. And many, many of them choose life for their babies.
Now, what you've described sounds very peaceful, but the council have obviously banned these groups from that buffer zone now. What do you think the council could be referring to when they say that women are experiencing harassment?
We keep saying, where's the evidence? We don't know what they're referring to. Our repeated call has been, show us the evidence. Show us video footage, show us police reports. There's nothing. This is a fabrication. It's simply not happening. I'm sure there are some women who are approaching the abortion clinic who are upset that somebody's out there praying, but we're not interfering with their decision. We're not stopping them from going ahead with what they want to do. But for those women who are ambivalent, the peaceful pro-lifers are a lifeline. But we're certainly not carrying out any of the activities that are being attributed to the pro-lifers there.
And even if the protesters or campaigners, as you call them, are not, committing any crime, there's nothing that kind of comes under the definition of harassment. Do you think it's possible that women feel intimidated because their feelings are often the kind of language that comes into it? How are they reacting, even if you say you're being polite?
Yes, well, women going to an abortion clinic are on a very emotional journey. There may be some women who feel uncomfortable by the fact that somebody's praying out there, but this shouldn't be a barrier. It shouldn't be preventing sincere, largely Christian people offering help to those many women who actually need that help and take that help. and to ban people from because they might upset some others is just not. It's just not a tenable situation, and whereas some women might feel upset, they're probably upset as much as anything else by what they're just about to go through. But the critical point is that we're not pro-lifers outside clinics are not coercing or upsetting deliberately out to upset women who are approaching the clinic.
That was Antonia Tully from the Society for the Protection of Unborn Children. Now, I also spoke to Aileen Power, who stands outside this Manchester clinic herself from the same group. She tells Premier the accusations of the council are false.
They say many protesters use deliberately disturbing and graphic images, including those purporting to be of dismembered fetuses, which is untrue. And they say we distribute leaflets containing misleading information about abortion, which is not true. We get our information generally from the National Health Service website. And they say we follow, record and question women as they enter or leave the centres, saying we are taking photographs of them, which is completely untrue.
That was Aileen Power, a pro-life campaigner from Manchester.